Hey guys, AuspiciousAussie here, and welcome to episode 8 of Local to Global. Now, I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. If you want to purchase TEW 2020, you can find a link to do that down below. And of course, it does help the channel out if you use that link. Anyway, let's get straight into our next event. We've got a lot of processing to do. I have decided to just go with the episodes as they are. I don't really want to edit them too much because the more editing that I do have to do means obviously the more work I have to do. And I want to just try and get all these episodes recorded and get them out to you guys sort of without being stuck behind having to render and obviously edit different parts of videos out. So that's sort of the game plan. It's probably not going to be too big of an issue once we are running a TV show weekly, and then of course have our pay-per-views. It's more just the fact that we're only running one event per month at the moment. So yeah. Now, obviously, actually, we also need to do something. So let me get into maybe... Actually, we'll try and pause the multi-advance here. Press the spacebar a few times. But what we want to do, we need to sign a replacement for Original Sinner. Yeah, I think Original Sinner is the one that got injured in the last episode. So let's do that. Let me just double check that it was Sinner. I kind of want to bring in a tag team partner for him. Someone that looks similar to him and is obviously of the same sort of disposition as well. Obviously, he's got morale issues now as well, considering it was a botched move by our boy Primetime Jack Pride. So he's 100% a heel. So like I said, I want to try and get someone that's sort of dark. Actually, now that I think about it, I think I know exactly who I want to get. What's his name? Yeah, Zombie Boy. I feel like he would actually be pretty perfect. Zombie Boy. I mean, we could potentially give him another name. He's the Flying Dead. PJ Dean. I like his gimmick. I like the whole zombie gimmick. He also works for 2 other companies. That could be a bit of an issue, but he is really good. He's on the shortlist, isn't he? No, I guess not. Of course, we've got Yuta Asono. I will probably be bringing him in at some stage in the near future. Once we, expand our roster. Probably once we go up to tiny size. Anyway, let's do a little search here. I'm just wondering, we could essentially go for someone that's a bit older and maybe a bit more experienced as well. If they're going to be tagging with him, it does kind of make sense for us to sort of go with that. Let's maybe have a look. Like I said, I do want someone that's going to be... Ooh, Acid 2. I haven't seen Acid 2's new render there. It's pretty intimidating, actually. Looks very different to the original Acid. Anyway, that's very much off topic. Let's just go down, and I just want to... I mean, obviously, Aldous Blackfriar would probably be a pretty good option, but he's going to be way too much. Yeah, 900 per... Yeah, per appearance on him. We should probably also change that. Who is this guy, though? Let's have a look at him. Alex Winters. He looks really talented for a 22-year-old. Obviously, he's currently working for CWA. But if they're going to release him, I would like to possibly pick him up. He obviously worked for CGC prior to the merge. Alright, so let me fix that up. Let's go 2 higher. Where were we at? We're pretty much about here somewhere. Amo Delgato. Could hire Angry Gilmore? Really? Well, obviously we couldn't hire him. Wouldn't want to negotiate with us. Yeah, his contract does end. I mean, I'm assuming they probably got another offer in for him anyway. This guy's new. It's not too bad for a high flyer. Antonio Dillon. I wonder if there is anyone that we could actually bring in. I mean, Babao would be interesting, and his tag team partner, Moroi, the Night Terrors. They'll probably get signed up rather quickly. I mean, BB Colossus. It's only going to be 90 per show. I tell you what, that one's pretty tempting. It's just his top row. He's obviously, you know, a much more hardcore orientated wrestler. Wouldn't be the worst pickup in the world, though. This guy is really good as well. When did he come into the game? Let's have a look at his news, I guess. Okay, so week 1 of September for Bowden Snoop. He does look really good. And of course, we do have quite a few high flyers. I definitely want to shortlist him, and we definitely want to come back and have a look exactly at our, you know, shortlist once we decide to start signing some people. I mean, Brimstone is he's not good enough, really. Does have that sort of look though, that sort of dark, sinister look, which is essentially what I would like to do for a tag team partner for Original Sinner. And obviously, we want to heal as well. He would be really good. He does have that irrepressible personality, though. Mr. Charlie Corner. Chip Martin as well. He's also relatively good. He's actually got professional. I think we'll put him on the shortlist. There's not a lot of Canadians. Which is, like I said in the last episode, it's a little bit unfortunate because I would like to sign some Canadians to our roster. I mean, Deacon is probably the... I mean, he would probably be a perfect tag team partner. He does have enough brawling to probably get himself over. The only downside is kind of the star quality for him. I do like Deacon, so we might come back to him as a tag team partner. Let's keep going through. There might be somebody that looks just a little bit better. I mean, Disturbed, apart from the... He is actually Canadian. And he's also really good. Although he does have that irrepressible personality as well. Also going to be a little bit too expensive for us. That's fine. We can always come back. Let me just chuck a nice... Well, he's already on the shortlist. Ernest Youngman. Evil Spirit. Probably not. I mean, Flash Savage could be a decent option in the future. Obviously not right now. Bit of a mercenary. That's not great. Put him on the shortlist. He could be a decent worker for us to pick up in the future. Similarly for Frankie D here. Frankie could really be a solid main eventer for any Canadian company. Maybe Frankie Perez as well. Both of those guys would be easily main event talents. Surprised they're not actually with any companies on their sort of... on a written exclusive deal. I mean, part of me wants to bring in Gary the Entertainer, and we'll rename him Gary Walker. I don't really like the entertainer part of his name. We might bring him in as well right now. So he was hired by Mid-Atlantic Wrestling and then walked out on them as well. Does have that unpredictable personality, but ultimately I feel like his performance skills, especially his, entertainment skills, they're second to none, really. I mean, a bit more star quality and he could probably be a really good figurehead for any company. I'm not really seeing anyone that's really, like, standing out to me. I mean, Harlan Haynes has really, really high popularity in Canada. Used to work for north of the border. I mean, Island Boy Apollo, we'll probably shortlist him. Could come in. Of course, these two as well, Jackpot Jordan, Jake Idle. If you've seen my TCW live stream series, I'm a big fan of those boys. We didn't really get to use them too much, which was kind of unfortunate because they were sort of at the bottom of our tag team division. I mean, Jazz Funk, he's not great. Who's this? Joe Roberts. Wild personality. But he's really, really bad. That kind of sucks. He was, like, perfect. It's exactly the type of look that I was looking for. Just something dark and sinister. Who's this guy? Kenneth Grunge. Not really good enough. Who else have we got? Are we going to have anybody that's essentially going to fit what I want to do? I'm getting a little bit worried now. Machine Gun Marino. And again, I mean, this is also good for me just to go through and essentially have a look at some of the guys. Oh, good old Marcel. Yeah, just some of the other guys that I might have sort of overlooked previously. Because there is, like, a lot of new talent as well. I think this guy might be on Excursion. Yeah. I mean, Mask Cougar would be a very solid pickup as well for a main eventer. Let's put him on the shortlist because I want to see what happens to him. I mean, he doesn't look too bad either. Max Mayhem. But yeah, like I was saying, there's not a lot. I mean, Mighty Kavanaugh would be a definite signing for us. I think if we could try and get him, once we go to medium size, I think he would be a solid main eventer. I mean, maybe Mutant. Mutant's really good. It's going to be expensive though, yeah. $260 per show. I think I would actually like to get Mutant in the future. I mean, he would kind of fit perfectly for what we're trying to do right now. But ultimately, way too expensive. Especially, we're making about $3,000 per month at the moment. But we need to sort of make sure we continue to make that money. And maybe Psycho Mike. Doesn't look too good. And we are getting towards the end of the, wonder how Remy's doing. Of course, he did have a drug problem back on 2016. Who's this guy? Roland Lachance. Unfortunately, he's pretty bad, but that would have been a nice little Canadian pickup for us to get. Yeah, it's really not looking good. I mean, maybe Stuntman. Soft drug user, never mind. Actually, I did say Super Massive Destroyer. I did say that we would possibly like to sign him. But he doesn't really fit. Well, he fits the tag team. But he's really bad. He's actually worse. So I don't think we'll go for it. I mean, the Masked Mauler would be the only other real option. I mean, Tommy Cornell is apparently available. 23 days. I wonder who's actually going in for him. That would be really something interesting. Kristen Roy. I mean, he's got some good performance skills there, but everything else is pretty bad. I mean, Vendetta? He's actually not too bad. Maybe we go for Vendetta. Only going to be 20 per show for War Piece. I might want to sign him, actually. Ooh, who's this? Wicked Lester, please be... He's somewhat decent. Unfortunately, he's a party animal. I do like him, though. Wicked Lester. We'll come back to him. Because, I mean, Zombie Boy... I feel like Zombie Boy would be the... I mean, should we just go for Zombie Boy? He's only going to be 50 per show. It's just that he works for 2 other companies that puts me off him. Between him and Wicked Lester. I mean, they could essentially get both of these guys and put them together as a tag team. I feel like they do kind of fit. Maybe even a stable with all 3 of them together. And Zombie Boy could be like the standout. Because he does have essentially the best skills out of all 3 of them. We'll come back to Zombie Boy. And I guess we'll go with Wicked Lester. Yeah, I think we'll go Wicked Lester. Let's negotiate. He wants 70 though. 70 per show. Seems a little bit steep. I wonder if we can get down. Probably not down to 60. Yeah, he wants 70. I think we'll do it. Alright, so there we go. Now, he can actually speak on the mic, so that's not too bad. But let's just advance. Let's get into our first show. Pretty much just been looking at who to sign as his sort of... It's not really a replacement, but it's I guess an injury replacement is probably the best way to put it. Bobby Thomas, I noticed, is very good there as well. And I believe he's Canadian. So we might want to try and get him in at some stage as well. Alright, so here is Lester. Wicked Lester. He is a little bit expensive, I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of a little bit upset about that. The fact that he is 70 per appearance as opposed to everybody else that is realistically most of them around 30 to 40 per appearance. But then we of course have guys like Americana and Kamikaze who are, I think, essentially on 80, something like that. I think they're both on 80. Honestly, it doesn't really matter. Let's be real. The finances, we can already see they're already starting to figure themselves out. And I think once we, I've said it a few times now on the last episodes, once we get up to 15 popularity, I am going to start, or at least, it's so tough because we are starting to make money anyway. So in the next 3 months, we'll probably be back in the black and out of the red finally. And by that time, we'll be really close to going up in size, up to tiny. So it would almost kind of make sense for us to continue running the shows the way we are. I am just nervous about going up in size. Because I'm not sure. I think we do actually get involved in regional battles. And obviously Black Maple, our arch nemesis in companies, they're going to be beating us because they've got the money and they've got a much better roster than us at the moment. So it's going to be a little bit tough, I think. It's a hard decision to make. Maybe if you guys have a suggestion, what do you think? Should we go to 15 popularity before we go up in size, start charging for tickets again, normal ticket prices, to really build up the finances? Or should we just continue the way we are, free tickets, maximizing popularity, also only running one show per month, in the hope that we go up in size? Yes, we might lose the regional battles from the beginning, but I feel like once we start to invest in the roster a little bit more, and of course we will have decent money coming in from the sponsorship. So I don't know. It's kind of a tough one. But yeah, if you have a suggestion, let me know what you at least think is the better decision. Honestly, I was kind of set with the mindset of getting to 15, then trying to build up the finances a little bit better than we would kind of at first need, because then we could invest that money into better workers such as Ernest Youngman, maybe even some other guys. Xavi Ferreira would be another decent option for a sort of main event talent at this sort of level that we could probably use with Logan, Americana, and Kamikaze in our main event scene to actually try and properly challenge in that regional battle. Obviously, we don't actually. I don't actually have to worry about the regional battle because Black Maple at this stage, they're obviously going to stay insignificant because they're only running one show per month. So their popularity growth is very slow. But in the future, I mean, maybe I don't even worry about it. Now that I think about it a little bit more, maybe we should just go straight to Tiny and just sort of see what happens, because there's no other companies apart from ACPW, and they're probably going to beat us no matter what. So if we don't have to worry about Black Maple, which we are not going to have to, we're going to lose to ACPW anyway, so maybe we just go straight to Tiny with the one show per month. It'd probably be more beneficial to actually run 2 shows per month, charging proper, normal ticket prices, because then we'd actually make more money and then get our wrestlers wrestling a little bit more. And obviously, we've got a very young roster. They do need to be wrestling as much as possible to improve. So that could be another option. I'm still thinking, I'm still going through some things in my head. What I actually think would be the best option for us to go for. And of course, money talks. And it's always a good thing to try and build up as much money as possible. I'm assuming this, I knew that was going to be coming. A pay rise request here. He wants 140. I mean, we'll give him 75, but I think he might be our highest earner now. Ooh, so Alex Winters was the guy that we were looking at before. I don't think. I mean, they've already offered him an extension, so Yeah, we definitely can't compete with that. Also, 400 per month. Not per month, per appearance, sorry. Way out of our price range. Alright, so I think we're getting pretty close. Yeah, one night away. Alright, let's get into our first show of the episode. We're, 25 minutes in? Who's absent? We got Kamikaze. Alright, let's do a cheeky little rib on someone. Let's go Pepper. Unfortunately, nothing doing there. Expecting 174 fans. We're up to a 99 wrestling industry. However, it must have hit 100 in the last, 20 days or whatever. And it is now falling, so... yeah, that's obviously really good because it's essentially maxed out, which is perfect. However, it's a little bit worrying. And I only say that because... yeah, I don't know. It's just a little bit worrying. Anyway, as far as our main event goes, let's... I mean, I kind of want to give... I mean, his popularity is ridiculous now because of the WrestleWorld deal that ACPW has and the other companies. Yeah, well, ACPW. I was going to say the other companies he works for. But what we're going to do, I think, let's give Lester a title match on debut. I know it seems pretty weird, but let's just do it. Let's see what happens. I mean, he'll probably be carried up by Americana anyway. And we actually want to get a couple more defenses onto Americana before we even sort of think about taking the title off him. As far as the other match goes, let's go with Logan and Jack Pride. We'll give that 12 minutes. Of course, Logan's going to pick up the victory here. He pretty much has to at this point. He's getting up there, up to 39 popularity in Ontario. Of course, him working with PSW is obviously increasing the popularity across both the US and Canada. And then finally, we'll go a tag match as well. So let's exclude already booked. And, ooh. Okay, we can't actually go for a tag match because Sinner is injured. Let's do a triple threat instead then. That's fine. Let's go Diaz, Gonzalez, and Pepper Pelton. Actually, a relatively good way to get all three on the card. Let's go for Gonzalez. I know obviously Diaz should probably be winning more often, but I do kind of like Gonzalez. He's actually not that bad. He's really not. Okay. So there we go. Let's make this our storytelling match. And then we'll make this one our work the crowd. Chuck in a couple of angles. So let's go for Americana. Give that 8 minutes. And then we'll go for... I guess we'll just go Logan. Actually, I'm wondering, can we put in Primetime Jack Pride in there as well? We might be able to. Let's go some success for both of them. Let's see if it'll actually be overusing Jack Pride. Do we get the penalty? No, we don't. Okay. That's perfect. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Let's run the show. Alright, so we start off with a 38, where we have Marco Gonzalez defeating James Diaz and Pepper Pelton in 11:51, when Marco pinned Pepper with a DDT, and then we also had Diaz carrying the match. So I think we'll do a rematch between these two on the next show, between Gonzalez and Diaz. We then go into a 41 rated angle between Logan Wolfsbane and Primetime Jack Pride. So yeah, Logan was terrible with no script, and Jack Pride worked the crowd well. Actually, these two could kind of look like they could be a tag team as well. Interesting. And that would actually be a really good person to sort of team up with Jack Pride, because Logan's really good. Let's have a look next show if they have any chemistry. Their match does really, really well, getting a 50, which is probably going to be better, possibly, than our main event. Anyway, we got Logan Wolfsbane defeating Primetime Jack Pride in 11:34 by pinfall with a belly-to-belly suplex. And we got Logan getting a 59 in-ring performance there. So, very impressive stuff. As we've come to expect, Logan is a bit of a goat. He's very, very talented. Whoa! Whoa! We get an 82 rated angle from our world champion, Americana. Yeah, definitely wasn't expecting that. He did a masterful job of improvising interactions. Wow. Okay, this main event might be our best ever match. It's not. It's not even the best match on the show, but it's still respectable. We get a 47. And we have Americana Jr. defeating Wicked Lester in just over 20 minutes by pinfall with an American Crush. And we've got Americana Jr. making defense number 4 of the CWC World title. We got Wicked Lester debuting his evil psychopath gimmick, getting an initial rating of great. So it's kind of a little bit scary. Let's have a look at the pros and cons. So losses do not hurt momentum as much as usual. That's actually really good. And gives a large boost to menace during angles. Okay, that's kind of cool. Alright, I'm happy with that. Let's finish the show. We get a 53 rated show. And of course, increasing our popularity in one region. 53. It's got to be the 82 angle there. And obviously a 50 rated match, 47 rated main event. I mean, we literally have to go Americana. I think we'll go... Let's go Wicked Lester for a good debut. We'll give him some encouragement there as well. And then I think I want to go with Diaz. So let's go for those three. I think that was a really good show. I didn't kind of expect... I definitely didn't expect to get an 82. And of course, we had Logan as well, putting in some decent work with Jack Pride there. Okay, so let's advance one day. I want to see how much money we actually made for the month of October. I'm assuming it's going to be at least around the same level. We can also check the size of the company. Okay, so Frankie D being sought after by another Japanese company there. Okay, let's have a look. So we made $4,300 last month, and we're only $5,200 in debt. So essentially, by the start of next year, by the start of 2021, we should be out of debt. If we're continuing to... We're at 15 popularity as well. We just got up 2 points. We did. We went from 13 up to 15, so... Ooh, that's a tough one. Nah, we've got to just continue. Let's just continue. We're up to 15 popularity already. We're literally 2 points away, so 2 more months. So we got November, December. By the start of 2021... CWC will be tiny sized, which is perfect. And then we just need 8 more points of popularity to actually get a TV deal. That seems pretty ridiculous. But it's very good. And the Wrestle World TV deal will probably get us all the way through up to medium size. I mean, it could potentially do us even better, because we might be able to actually get onto a proper Canadian TV station. But I think most of the ones, I think all of them actually, apart from Wrestle World, are small size and above. I think Wrestle World is the only tiny sized broadcaster in Canada, from what I can remember. But yeah, I mean, Wrestle World's perfect. We can just do that anyway. And the only sort of downside to Wrestle World is the fact that we need to increase all of our production values up to their minimum standard. And in doing that, we're going to be spending a lot of money initially, as well as obviously monthly as well, per show as well. Some of the production values do have a per show cost. So we will need to go back at a very, I would say, an early stage. So just before, maybe at about 20 popularity, we should think about going back to normal ticket prices if we are going to go the Wrestle World route. And I think we have to. Because if we do that, there's potential for us to actually get a TV deal in the US. And we could possibly do one of the Mexican American TV deals, one of the joint ones where they have a few regions in America and obviously the Mexican regions as well. That could be another option. I'm just trying to think about that, because obviously if we did decide to do that, we wouldn't actually be able to run on WrestleWorld. We'd have to essentially choose one or the other, because we won't be able to run in the same regions with separate sort of TV deals. So I don't know. It's an interesting thing to sort of think about. Either way, WrestleWorld first and foremost is going to be our goal for the near future. We're very close, like I said, going up to Tiny, and then after that, we want to make some money, get a few good workers in, then increase our production value and get that internet broadcaster, and start gaining some popularity across both Canada and the US. And of course, I mean, even with the TV deal, I mentioned it in one of the previous episodes as well, it will essentially make all of our workers more popular across both of the countries. And of course, it'll essentially put them in the limelight for some of the bigger companies like SWF, TCW, US Pro, even CWA, because of the, Canada side of things, Canadian popularity. So there's some interesting things there. But obviously, we also make money, broadcasting revenue, from being on WrestleWorld. I don't think it's going to be very much, especially initially. I think it'll be relatively small, which it's fine, because, like I said, we're putting ticket prices back up, so that'll essentially be our main source of income, along with sponsorship money as well. So yeah, I mean, I'm really enjoying the series so far. As you can probably tell, you guys can probably see a bit of a difference between me playing, the local to global as opposed to BCG. The whole tour scheduler BCG, it just started to get a bit old. I love BCG as a company, but I feel like it's probably more enjoyable to play it, as a personal save, not as a YouTube series. Whereas local to global, local to global could essentially be either. And obviously, you guys absolutely enjoy watching it, so the content we're going to be putting out there. Thinking about maybe doing another series. Obviously, I did have a poll going for the birth of TNA, and obviously, there was no real database for me to use, but that might be something we go back to in the future. But I'm just really enjoying the C-verse, man. The Cornell verse. There's just so much to do. There really is so much to do. All right. Got another. Ooh, this one's gonna hurt. Pay rise request from Americana. Ooh. Ooh, that hurts. Uh. Ooh, yeah. That's a brutal one. That is brutal. We're in a really tough sort of scenario right now. Ugh, I had a feeling this was going to happen. This is exactly what I mean by the Wrestle World broadcaster. Increasing people's popularity. They then want pay rises because they're becoming more popular, essentially across all the regions. What do I do? What do I do? Do I give him 75 so we don't upset him? I mean, I could give him 50 and upset him and then work on his morale issues after that. I feel like if we reject it, he'll essentially hand in his notice, which I don't want to happen. Because he might actually get upset with me, you know, with Alexander Robinson. He's gonna have morale issues no matter what from a 50%. So let's just go 50. He's annoyed at the decision. That's fine. I knew that was gonna happen. Okay, that's all fine. Oh, he doesn't have any morale issues. Oh, that's perfect. Okay. Why is it? Oh, original sinner. Okay. Man, look at that backstage rating. We're at 97%. We have, you know, a negative relationship here. We've got a negative influence at the moment in original sinner. But that is crazy. We were literally at like 16 with our old roster, with the Canadian sort of workers. Oh man. Anyway, I'm really happy Americana doesn't have any morale issues. The only problem is he is literally going to break our bank every time we use him. But look at his popularity, man. He's going to get taken away from us soon. It's only a matter of time, really. I would not be surprised if CWA actually come in. Either CWA or TCW, probably. Interesting. Oh, wow. Are we in a profit? We're in a profit. We're $50 in the black. Yeah, before this show, of course. Oh man, it's gonna keep happening as well. Those pay rise requests. I mean, I would say either Kamikaze or Logan Wolfsbane is probably next. Oh man, I'm seriously worried now because we are starting to get into that sort of place where we're becoming profitable, you know, to a decent extent. I knew this was going to happen. I just was hoping it would actually be a little further on. Oh well. Like I said, we're just going to have to roll with these punches at the moment. Yeah, I can't believe our world champion is now essentially being paid about 10 times more than all the other younger members of the roster. I've never really looked into the Indian wrestlers. Of course, they're all pretty much new with the new game being 2020. Okay, let's just get into the next show. Not too sure what I want to do, if I'm being honest. Alright, we've got a backstage incident involving Lester, but it's positive. Okay. Created a great atmosphere backstage, pulling a great rib on the entire locker room. I thought it was going to be negative. I really thought it was going to be negative. Let's rib Lester back, and there we go. Actually got a success there, and Lester is seeing the funny side of that rib as well. That's pretty cool. Ooh. The wrestling industry seems to be dropping quite quickly. That's what, 3 points in 1 month. Yikes. Okay, so we've got ground 0. Again, I'm not 100% sure what I want to do for this main event. Actually, I think I do know. Let's do this. No, let's save that for next show. What are we going to do? Marco Gonzalez to get a title shot. He did win that triple threat. Let's do Marco. Marco taking on Americana. I like it. It should be a good match. Obviously, Americana can pretty much carry anyone at this stage, so there we go. And then we will essentially do the other match that I said I wanted to do, which was a tag match. Should also check. Let's have a look at the title prestige. Okay, so it's at 34. That's not too bad. And we're also on defense number 4 for Americana. So he's about to equalize Marcel Lafleur, our second ever champion. And of course, Americana is our third. So let's do a tag match. We will essentially have enough numbers because Kamikaze is actually here for this show. Let's go Logan and Primetime Jack Pride, like I said. And they can take on Pepper Pelton and James Diaz. No, let's go Kamikaze. See, Kamikaze's popularity is about the same as Americana. Let's do that. I think we'll have Logan. I want to have Logan pin Kamikaze. Let's see if we can actually do that, because that'd be pretty interesting. Okay, nice. So Kamikaze was going to be unhappy, but apparently saw the intimidating sight of Primetime Jack Pride. Jack Pride coming in clutch once again. And then to finish us off, well, to start us off, I guess, we are going to have James Diaz taking on Wicked Lester. And I think we'll give... Let's actually give Wicked Lester a victory. I know it doesn't make a lot of sense, but he did take a loss on debut. So let's give him a victory before we, I guess, start jobbing him out a little bit. Let's also make this the storytelling match, and then we will make this a work the crowd, I guess. Should be fine. And then let's do angles. So once again, pretty much just going to go Americana by himself again. Purely for the fact that he got an 82 last time. Probably won't do as well this time. Although his popularity is probably higher. So that's interesting. Let's also give Logan and Primetime Jack Pride an angle together. We might script this one. Let's have a look and see how good they do this time. Advance the storyline there as well. And there we go. That looks pretty good. Let me just double check. Yep, everything looks good. And we start the show off with a 33 rated match where we have Wicked Lester defeating James Diaz in 11:58. By pinfall with a flying elbow drop. Not too bad. Not too bad. 29 there for Lester. And of course, Diaz still putting in work. Going to be our workhorse for sure. Probably be a solid mid-carder for, I would say, the first probably 3 to 4 years once we actually get a proper sized roster in. Alright, we then go into a 49 rated angle between our possible newest team, or possible first ever team in the company, being Logan Wolfsbane and Primetime Jack Pride. 49's pretty good. And of course it was both scripted, so essentially if they were both unscripted and they did well, it could be quite high. It could be up near 60 maybe. Anyway, their match together does really well, getting a 52, where we have Logan Wolfsbane and Primetime Jack Pride defeating Pepper Pelton and Kamikaze in 12:07, when Logan Wolfsbane submitted Kamikaze with a Boston Crab. And yeah, as you'd expect, Logan head and shoulders above everybody else with a 66 in-ring performance. I really wish we could actually see the improvements for workers. I really kind of miss seeing that, to be honest. It would just be nice to maybe have another button down here where you could see if somebody improved. It honestly is something that I used to, like, obviously go into pretty much, I would say, nearly every match on a show. And it was just something that you could really look at and understand that, and you could see literally in front of your eyes. It would tell you that people were starting to get better. Obviously, I know you can go into their stats page now, their skills page, and look at it that way. But it was just something nice during the shows. Another little criticism of the game. There's something small they took out. A lot of people probably wouldn't even notice. But it's just something feels missing to me sometimes. And it's definitely that. Anyway, 52, that's actually going to be hard for the main event to beat again. Even though it's Americana. Alright, so we're going to a 72 rated angle this time. And unfortunately, he struggled when going off script. But still managed to get a 72. So, yeah. Americana is really, really good. And really over as well. And the main event absolutely defies what I just said before. We get a 59 rated match. And we have Americana Jr. defeating Marco Gonzalez in 20 minutes 13 seconds by pinfall with an American crush. And we have Americana Jr. making defense number 5 of the CWC World title. There we go. Americana getting a 69 in-ring performance. Absolutely mental. Yeah, that one's crazy. Anyway, let's finish the show. Can't believe we just got a 59 rated match already. And we get an overall rating of 58 for Ground Zero, our second last show of 2020, our first year in charge of the Canadian Wrestling Coalition. So let me go with Americana, purely for the fact that I want to keep him happy, especially after we only gave him a 50% pay rise. Then I think we'll go with... Let's go with Diaz. Let's go with Gonzalez. I don't think we've done Gonzalez quite that often. Let's go with the referee as well. Praise everybody there. Obviously, Gonzalez was involved in that 59 rated match, although he was very heavily, pushed up and carried by the performance of Americana. Alright, so Rock and Ryan, he's going to be a potential signing for us in the future. Alright, so we're literally only 1,000 in debt. But as you can see, the worker costs are quite a bit higher compared to last month. I mean, looking at that, it is literally about the difference in Americana's wage increase. That's essentially 500 basically. $500, which he got about 400. So, yeah, it's very, very interesting. Anyway, anything else we need to look at? Let's look at size once again. We're only up to 16, so literally one more show, which we'll do this episode. We'd like to do 3 shows this episode. Of course, we did a lot of signing. This episode's probably going to be a little bit longer, probably about an hour and 10 minutes, which hopefully you guys will enjoy. And hopefully the title of the episode will give something away. Maybe I won't give it away. No, maybe I will. Maybe I'll make it a bit of a teaser. Try and get you guys, I mean, most of you are probably watching to the end of the video anyway. But might do a bit of something interesting to latch you guys on. All right, so again, we've got a long time to process through. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I just can't believe the fact that we've actually, well, we should hopefully be going up to tiny size already. If you look at the first 4 episodes, the progress was incredibly slow. And in the space of another, 3 episodes, we've literally gone up in size, become profitable, got a pretty talented roster. Yeah, it's a little bit unexpected, to be honest. And I have to say, I'm like I said, I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying this. And I have to say that the challenge, that we were going through, or I would say the hardship that I was going through with the whole popularity increase thing, it's really kind of spurred me on, I would say, to get things working properly. And then, of course, we also have the roster change, which I would say also made me invest a little bit more in the people that I wanted to bring in. And of course, their age as well. They're all relatively young. So, I see it as a nice long-term project, most of those guys on our roster at the moment. But of course, like I said, we're going to be bringing in some other guys. Some, I would say, more experience. Obviously, some of them are going to be, I would say, just entering their peak. Guys like Ernest Youngman, Xavi Ferreira. I was trying to think of who else we should probably bring in. Anyway, let's actually have a look here at CWA Championship Wrestling. Good to see the women main eventing once again. You got Brooke Tyler taking on Ariel Breaks for the women's championship. Of course, Sunny Wildside as well in another, highly rated match. Yeah, I mean that's a pretty good show by them. An 81. Actually in our region of Ontario. Probably doing that out of spite. And here we go. Pay rise request from Kamikaze. I'll tell you what, I'm actually going to enjoy when he goes to Oli from now on. Man, that is brutal. That's higher. I'm sure that's higher than Americana's as well. Oh man, what am I knew this was going to happen, but I was literally hoping that it'd be sort of a much further time in the future. I mean, should I be cheeky and go for a 25% increase? Oh, he's angry at my decision. At least Americana, yeah, he's got morale issues now. That's actually not too bad, though. I don't mind him having morale issues. Because like I said, we can actually get rid of that with these events. I can just keep praising him. And that should go away relatively quickly. As long as he doesn't have a simmering tension with Alexander Robinson, it should be fine. Yeah, we only gave him, 170? So he would essentially be on about 250, which is much lower than Americana. And he actually wanted a lot more than Americana. So yeah, I'm actually really happy with that. I know he's got morale issues, and that's going to affect our backstage rating a little bit, but I mean, Brian Holmes would be a decent road agent to get in. I was actually thinking about making him the owner of CWC. It probably would have worked, but I do think he's a little bit overpowered as a road agent. I mean, Alexander Robinson is, I would say, pretty similar in a lot of aspects. Anyway, I'm really looking forward to getting into this sort of last show of the episode. Honestly, I really want to start streaming again. I feel like I've been missing streaming. Now there are a few other games I could play. I've recently gotten Starter's Orders 7, which is like a horse racing game. I know this is a bit off topic, but we've got a little bit of time to talk about stuff. We're only in week 3. So I've got Starter's Orders. Obviously, I've been playing a lot of Football Manager again recently. We've got Transport Fever 2, which I've kind of stopped at the moment, just so I can really get a lot of these local to global episodes sort of pre-recorded and built up. And then, of course, we can play TEW, bring back the TCW live stream series, which would be a lot of fun. And of course, we were doing a lot of good things with TCW, and I was really enjoying that as well, to be honest. We had a bit of a stable war upcoming. That'd be fun to bring back. And I know a lot of you guys were actually, fans of that sort of live stream series as well. Actually did better than I thought it would. Sort of even, obviously, all the support in the stream itself. But then we also had people watching the full live stream VOD back over on YouTube as a proper sort of 3-hour episode. Yeah, something for me to think about, maybe. I think it's about time. Obviously, in my personal life, I've got a lot going on at the moment. So, I don't want to make any promises. That's what I'm trying to say. Alright, we're almost there. We're at Wednesday. And I think I said on the last show that we were booking, let's do a Fatal 4-Way match. And I kind of want to go Kamikaze, Logan Wolfsbane, James Diaz, and then obviously Americana for the world title. I think it's kind of a perfect point to actually do a big Fatal 4-Way. And we could potentially, I would kind of expect us to get over a 60 rated match with those 4 guys involved. So let's do it. Let's finish off strong. Let's get into tiny size with a bit of a bang. Our best ever match, hopefully. And hopefully we can get a 58 rated show there as well, because that'd be pretty sick. That, on the other hand, is really, really annoying. You knew it was going to happen, though. I even said before. I was expecting it to be Americana, but it's actually Logan Wolfsbane. That would be why, though. He's over 50 popularity in both America and Canada, which are the sort of... Oh my god, he's got 88 basics. Oh, no. I wanted to put the title on him. I was literally going to make him win the world title off of Americana in the Fatal 4-Way match. Oh, man, he's so good as well. I'm actually upset about this one. I know Ernest Youngman as well, who's now gone to TCW, who was this... Oh, man, look at his popularity. That is crazy. The fact that he is just on WrestleWorld and he's that popularity, obviously his star quality is really good. Oh man, a match between Logan Wolfsbane and Ernest Youngman literally would have been probably the best match rating we could have got between anyone. Now we're going to lose both of them. How long do we have? Does it say? 8 days? Okay, so this will essentially be his last show, although what I could be a little bit sneaky. And what I could do is schedule the first show for next episode. No. Let's send him off. We'll send him off. I don't want to go changing the schedule. Combined Action. It's going to be his last show. I guess that's going to be the episode title. I guess that's going to be the episode title. Something to do with losing Logan Wolfsbane. And we're also missing Kamikaze, so that's perfect. Okay. 210 fans are going to see the penultimate match of Logan Wolfsbane in a CWC ring, in a coalition ring. And I guess the only thing we can really do... Actually, you know what? I could actually job him out to somebody else. I mean, Leicester kind of has the next highest popularity. Although it does kind of make sense to give it to Diaz. Ooh, yeah, I think we'll go Diaz. Oh man, that really sucks. I'm kind of confused as to what to do here. Do we just go on main event of Diaz taking on Logan Wolfsbane? I guess we will. It's going to be a bit of a coming of age, I guess you would say. What's his psychology? 62. And Diaz, I think, is higher. Oh no, 59. Okay. I mean, that's essentially what we're doing. Oops, I did not mean to do that. That's a force of habit, that one there. So he's obviously going to be really upset. That's fine, though, because he's going to be leaving us. He's going to be leaving. How unfortunate. I'm kind of wondering what to do with the rest of the card. Part of me actually wants to keep Americana off the show. I think we're going to do that, just to save money. Let's go for Wicked Leicester and Primetime Jack Pride. And I think we'll give Jack Pride, because his momentum is actually starting to get pretty good. So let's go for him. And obviously give him an angle there as well. And then our opening match will be Gonzalez taking on Pepper Pelton. Actually, Original Sinner is back. We could do a tag match. But then I won't keep Americana off. Don't know what to do. Let's just keep Sinner off for now, I guess. He's been injured. We'll give him a rest until next year. He might have some morale issues, but I don't really care at the moment. I don't really care. Anyway, we're gonna give Pepper the victory. Don't know why. We'll just do it. We'll make that the work the show or the work the crowd match. Wicked Leicester and Primetime Jack Pride will be storytelling. Jack Pride is a heel, correct? Yeah, better as a heel. And then finally, let's do our angles. So, as a bit of a send-off, we'll do Logan and our boy James. I think James can cut an angle, so maybe we just give it to both of them. Maybe script it as well. Advance the storyline there. Let's just double check that Diaz can actually cut an angle. I know he can do Menace, but yeah, he can cut an angle. His acting's pretty bad, but yeah, everything else should be fine. And then finally, let's go for a Primetime Jack Pride. I want to do 8 minutes unscripted for him. And just kind of want to see what he can do. Let's actually take a quick look at him as well. I want to see how he's developing. Only gained 1 point in psychology, which is not great. He really needs a mentor. The basics isn't that great either, to be honest. He's only gone up, what, 2 points since the start of the game? Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm actually not liking his progression at all. I know we're only running 1 show per month, but It's got me a little bit nervous. Because he's been improving a lot, but he does work for the other... Oh no, he doesn't work for any other companies. Okay. Interesting. Anyway. Let's run the show. Like I said, last show of the episode should hopefully get us up to Tiny's size. And we start off with a 33 rated match. We have Pepper Pelton defeating Marco Gonzalez in 12:23 by pinfall with a fisherman's suplex, getting the show off to a strong start. We then go into a 41 rated angle from Primetime Jack Pride. And as you can see, I guess he would be cutting a pretty cocky promo, saying that, you know, he's been gaining a bit of momentum. As you can see, clearly enjoying having the freedom to go off script as well. Like I said, I'm not happy with his progression, but I'm expecting big things from him, especially in the future. Definitely going to be one that we've got to be wary about being stolen as well. Because I see him as the SWF mold of wrestler, and RIPW could definitely come in and offer him a developmental deal. Anyway, his match absolutely bombs, getting a 19. Basically because neither of these guys have the psychology to actually put on a proper match together. But we do have Primetime Jack Pride defeating Wicked Lester in 12:25 by pinfall with a Pride fall. As you can see, both their in-ring performances were actually a lot better than the match. So it's literally just the fact that the bout dragged in the middle with a lack of flow. Kind of sucks a little bit because it would have been maybe closer to a 30 or at least like a 28 rated match if they had decent enough psychology. It is what it is. Doesn't matter too much. We then go into a 49 rated angle with Logan Wolfsbane and James Diaz. Of course, they were both scripted in this one. And our main event, which is our best ever match rating as well. That is perfect. Absolutely perfect. What a great way to send Logan Wolfsbane off. And we have James Diaz defeating Logan Wolfsbane in 1939 by pinfall with an Asian thumb spike. And yeah, Logan and James have great chemistry, and it showed in their performances. And of course, in-ring performance of 67 for Logan Wolfsbane. It's going to be tough losing him, actually. We're probably going to have to find another replacement. Anyway, let's finish the show. We get a 50 rated show for this one for combined action. Obviously, the best match we've ever had. But obviously, a couple of the angles were a little bit lower than, you know, would be required for us to have our best ever show. And of course, that 19 between Jack Pride and Lester really sort of dragging the overall show rating down a little bit. Anyway, I kind of want to praise Logan on the way out. I want to praise him. Let's praise... I mean, we have to go James Diaz as well. And then I guess we'll go for... Let's go Pepper Pelton. Give him a little bit of encouragement. And there we go. Let's take a quick look at the size. And of course, we'll take a nice look at the finances as well. I'm expecting big things. And there we go. CWC, the coalition, has risen to tiny size. Perfect. And we're about to start off 2021 as well. I like it. Let's advance one day. And of course, the next episode we're actually going to have to hire, 9 more workers, I think? I think that said 9. Which is actually going to have to be 10. Because we're losing Logan. So that's perfect. But this does give us a chance to sort of go out there and pick up some more, hopefully some more unemployed talent. And I only say that because we don't want massive pay rises. I've got a lot of processing here as well. But I just want to see the finances. I want to see what we're kicking off the new year with in our bank account. Let's have a look. All right, so we've got $4,500 available. That's not too bad. And yeah, there we go. Logan has big morale issues, which is fine. It's fine. He's going off. See you later, Logan. Obviously, the real problems are going to be these morale issues between Original Sinner and Kamikaze. But there we go. Up to 17, actually up to 18 popularity. We literally skipped 17. Got another 2-point increase, which is crazy. Absolutely crazy. I guess maybe we change our ticket prices. Let's leave that for next episode as well. Anyways, guys, it's been a big episode. Gone up in size. Lost Logan Wolfsbane. Lost potentially getting Ernest Youngman, which we probably would have signed him right now, depending on how much money it would cost. We've got some interesting things to do. Xavi Ferreira is probably number 1 on the target list, but you have to wait and see who we actually, go for in regards to the new additions to the roster. But yeah, make sure you smash the like button if you enjoyed the episode, guys. Been a long one, hour and 16 minutes. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Turn on the bell notifications as well, guys. Getting closer and closer to 10% of you subscribers having the bell notifications on. And apart from that, guys, as always, take it easy, and I'll see you in the next episode.